Hey study pals, today we'll be looking at the basics of linear equations in one variable chapter 2 grade 8. So the most common question that arises here is what are linear equations in one variable? In order to understand that, first of all let's take a look at equations. An equation has two sides, the left hand side or the LHS and the right hand side or the RHS. When the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, it can be called an equation. Now let's take an example. 2x plus 3 equals 5. Here we have two sides. 2x plus 3 is the LHS and 5 is the RHS. We have two integers in the LHS, that is 2 and 3. And we have a variable which has only one solution. So these types of equations are called linear equations in one variable. Now let's check this. The linear equations in one variable is an equation which is expressed in the form of ax plus b equals 0, where a and b are two integers and x is a variable and has only one solution. Now let's look at some terms. Coefficient, variable, constant and expression. In order to understand each of them, here we have an equation. 2x minus 3 equals 7. Let's find the variable first. As you can see, variables are numbers that can vary in its values. They have changing values. It means that a variable's values is not fixed. So the variable here is x. Now let's find the coefficient. Coefficients are the multiplying or dividing numbers placed before a variable. So the coefficient here is 2. As you can see, 2 is placed just before the variable, that is x, and it multiplies the variable. Note that 2x means 2 into x. Now let's find the constants. Constants are numbers that do not vary in its values. They have fixed values. So the constants here are 3 and 7. Now let's find the expression. An expression is a sentence with a minimum of two numbers and at least one math operation. So as you can see, the expression here is 2x minus 3. We find two integers 2 and 3 and we have a mathematical operation. Let's look at some important notes that will help you a lot. In the first one, it's written that x is equal to 1x. Now what does that mean? Yes, it means that 1 into x gives us x itself. So it's not necessary to write 1. Now here we have A, B, C, D. No, I'm not trying to teach you alphabets, but this means that all variables are represented by alphabets. Have you ever seen a variable that was represented by symbols or numbers? No, right? In maths, all variables are represented by alphabets. The same thing here. All constants are represented by numbers. It's the exact opposite of variables. Here we have an equation sign. Not equation, equal sign. No equal signs are there in an expression. Have you seen this? 2x minus 3. We do not include the equal sign. So always remember that there are no equal signs in an expression. And yes, no shopkeeper will ask you for 2x minus 3 equals x plus 2 please. So it does not directly apply in our daily life. But equations does play a vital role in our future studies, especially if we take math and science. Remember the E equals MC2 equation? It changed the world. Hope you all enjoyed this video. So that's it for today. In the next video, we'll be learning how to solve equations. So stay tuned. If you are interested in these kinds of videos, subscribe and like, and share this to your friends to spread the knowledge.